Welcome to my channel. I'm Dani Walker. Today is another thrilling episode of what in the world is going on with the Miss America organization, featuring the 2020 contestant headshots. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you get updates on all the new episodes, and follow me on social media at Dani Walker. Recently, some of you have asked me what in the world is going on with Miss America, and frankly, only God knows. This week, the 2020 contestant headshots were released, and I saw a preview of it on Pageant Planet. But before we talk about that, because I haven't seen all the headshots yet, I have only seen a few that are on Pageant Planet's Instagram account. I wanted to look over and talk about the comments that we're seeing on these photos, even before I have a chance to check these out. These are too good. So the comments overall, there's lots of them about, and you guys can check this out for yourself at Pageant Planet. A lot of the comments are in support of the contestants, which I love. I think that's awesome. Yes, go on, support the contestants. But let's hear what people think about the actual headshots themselves. A lot of hands this year. What are they looking at? I don't like a lot of them either. Most of them have no eye contact. Hands obstructing face as well. If you wanted a laid back photo, then use two, a laid back and then a normal headshot. Beautiful women, odd photos. The lighting is weird. Would love to see the pictures in color or a normal black and white that actually has some contrast. Good point. These are ... the official pageant headshots. The girls are gorgeous and I respect the unique approach. Tammy just says it how it is. She calls it out. I don't like them at all. Headshots should be eye contact. I think she meant have. I want to see them staring into my soul. Gorgeous gals though. Wish they were looking into the camera. You and me both. I don't like most of them. These are comical. Is this a pageant or prom? I think they all look like they had to do something, so they just kept clicking the camera, I guess. Not a fan. You can take a more natural photo, but make it real, more like Illinois. Ariel rocks. Most people who commented on the actual photos, not loving them. Now I am going to check it out. Like I said, haven't seen these yet. Give you my thoughts. First initial thoughts. Why are these in black and white when we have color photography? When I think of modern, like the new Miss America 2.0, I certainly don't think let's take a step back in time and let's use black and white photos. No offense to black and white photography. I think it's awesome. I think it could be really well done. But when it comes to a modern pageant, when we can have color, why not have color? Alabama, not looking at the camera. Alaska is just gazing up at the sky. Arizona, it looks more of like a normal pageant headshot. She looks beautiful, a little bit washed out though. That comment was right about the lack of contrast in some of these images. You're not seeing all of the girl. And honestly, if I were judging and if I saw this, I probably wouldn't be able to recognize all of the girls once I met them in person. And I think it's so important for pageant title holders to have a photo that looks like them. Yeah, people are right. Lots of hands, lots of just like here and here and here and here, all of this. Quick tip, normally we don't see hands in pageant headshots because as soon as you like have a hand, it's really distracting. Colorado has a normal, I would say, pageant type of headshot. What is going on, Miss Florida? Girlfriend, like hair in the face, first of all. Second of all, wet hair. I don't feel like she went into her photo shoot going for that. I think that's one of those things where like you go in and all of a sudden a photographer like has this idea because they want to be super creative. And then they're like, you know what sounds good? Wet hair. Let's do it. And they're like, yes, oh my gosh, this is so different and so unique. And you're like, yeah, of course it's different and unique. We've never seen a headshot like this before for good reason. It just looks like went through a hurricane. And this has nothing to do with Miss Florida. She's gorgeous. She's stunning. In terms of picking a headshot, this would not be my go-to. I mean, do you envision Miss America going to an appearance with just like drenched hair? Can you imagine Florida winning Miss America and everywhere the photo that they're promoting is her with her wet hair? Idaho is cute. She's got this whole black turtleneck going on, or dark turtleneck, so it just looks kind of strange. Her whole arm is gone and then there's just this hand sitting in the middle of her chest. Illinois looks pretty glamorous still. Looking quite pageanty. Iowa looking off again. Kentucky, full laughing smile. Lots of personality there. By the way, if you're watching on a mobile device, make sure that you screenshot this episode, post it in an Instagram story with your thoughts, and tag me at Dani Walker, and why not tag the Miss America organization while you're at it. Lots of hands again. Louisiana. Oh, Maine's not even looking. Minnesota. They couldn't have like photoshopped or edited out the one piece of hair. It's the first thing I look at when I see her photo. Can't even focus on the girl because of something distracting in it. What is Allie Swanson, Nebraska doing? What is this? What is this? I don't know if you guys remember, probably not. When I was Miss Montana USA, we actually had a campaign and they had all of us do this. So we actually have photos just like that, and that's what I thought of. But like, why? Can you imagine you look back years from now and you're like, I made it to Miss America, and this was my headshot. This was it. This was it. Why? Oh, Jersey. That almost reminds me of when a comedian does some kind of a showcase and they're like, come see me next week, and they have like a really interesting expression or they're doing something quirky. That reminds me of more like a comedian's headshot. New York's poor hand sitting in the front like that. Texas is beautiful. So is Tennessee. Woo! Gosh, the contrast is off in so many of these, and some of them have a truly bright white background, and then some of them have these just variations of gray, or if you look at Washington, she's against a brick wall. Not loving these at all. If you think that the organization should have gone a different way for photos this year, comment photo shoot down below. And if you don't and you have other thoughts, then let me know what those are as well in the comment section. So many beautiful contestants here, and I feel like we're not doing a lot of them justice. It just reminds me of when a pageant creates a program book and it's not Miss USA or Miss Universe or Miss America, so they say, you know what, let's save some money and let's do black and white headshots instead. Maybe that's what they're thinking. If you go to Miss America and have the program books that are all printed out, if they're in black and white, they would be cheaper for printing costs. That makes sense because they lost something like 30% of their viewers last year as they were pushing out Miss America 2.0. So obviously there's a lot of things that aren't working in this organization. It's very sad for the young girls that prior to 2.0 were excited about competing. Their dream already was to be Miss America, and this organization is making it less and less appealing to be Miss America now, this Miss America 2.0. There was a great opportunity for this organization to step in where USA and Universe stepped out. So there were a lot of complaints in the pageant industry when they took away the evening gown portraits and the swimsuit shots for Miss USA. Miss America had this opportunity to fill that void and to give these contestants something so beautiful, so memorable, and something that the audience would have loved. They could have given them fabulous glam photos and everybody would have been like, okay, yes, let's see Miss America 2.0. You know what? Maybe I was wrong about them last year. And now it's like, what are we doing? It's so sad. And what's even worse is if Miss America goes away, they are the largest awarder of scholarships for women in America. And it would be very sad to lose that. And if you keep losing viewers, if you keep losing contestants, think about the actual impact of that. We're not even just talking about pageantry right here, okay? I don't care if you like pageants or not, but the fact that they're the largest awarder of scholarships for women is a really, really big deal. Let's think about the 4 points of the crown: style, service, scholarship, and success. For years, this organization has helped catapult many young women into their professional careers because of the confidence they gained, because of the connections that they made within their communities, because of the scholarships that they awarded. So it would be very sad to see this entire organization crash and burn, not just for the sake of a TV show, not just for the sake of pageantry. Because at the end of the day, a pageant is a pageant, right? Like, we can create other contests for women, but what would be really sad is to see those scholarships go away. That is the bigger picture issue here. And that's something that I would really love for everybody to think about. It's something that I would like the board to think about, because everything you're doing and the changes that you're making for this organization are not reflective of a present day modern woman. And that's evident by the responses and by the feedback and by the pushback that you're getting from all of the changes. This is not my first episode about what's going on with the Miss America organization. If you guys want to get caught up and check out other ones, I'm going to link one that you can check out as well. I want to share something that I think is really relevant in terms of these changes, really something that speaks for where women are today. Interesting story a mother told me. To put this in perspective, this mother knew of a Miss America aged contestant. So she is age eligible and she can compete in the Miss America organization. Gorgeous girl, but she's also plus size. This mom spoke to this young girl and said, I think that you should compete in the Miss America organization. You have a talent, you're stunning, and they don't have the swimsuit competition anymore. And this young woman's response was interesting to me. And I think it's reflective of how a lot of women feel today, especially because of the body positivity movements that are becoming more and more common in the fashion and entertainment industries. So the girl's response was this: I was interested in competing in the Miss America organization for years. And the second that they got rid of swimsuit, I decided I would never compete for them. Because the implied message of getting rid of swimsuit so all women can feel comfortable to compete in our organization, it's sending this message to women who are plus size that there's something wrong with their bodies. It's sending a message to young girls out there that aren't a size 2 that now you're welcome into our organization because the only reason you wouldn't compete is because you can't stand being in a swimsuit and you don't feel good about yourself in one. And that young girl made such a great point. Getting rid of the swimsuit competition does not solve this problem of young women not feeling good about themselves. Getting rid of the swimsuit competition really was taking a step back for women by telling plus size contestants, now come on and compete. Now you can feel comfortable in this organization, when really, why shouldn't women of all sizes feel comfortable in a swimsuit? Why wasn't there a push within this organization to celebrate the differences and to make an effort to be more inclusive? Maybe not by taking away the swimsuit competition, by maybe sending out a real invitation or trying to reach out to young women who have different physical body types. Like, why didn't we make some kind of body positivity campaign and make it a positive thing instead of implying to women who are plus size that they for some reason shouldn't feel comfortable in a swimsuit or shouldn't feel confident? That contestant really opened up my mind because I am not a plus size woman, so I can't relate to their perspective. And granted, I'm sure there are still some contestants who maybe did enter the pageant now because there is no swimsuit competition. I'm not saying that that woman speaks for everyone, but I do think that it is a really, really interesting perspective that the idea of getting rid of swimsuit to bring in more contestants actually alienated a lot of young women and made them feel suddenly uncomfortable and say, I don't want to support this organization because you're saying that the only way that I would feel comfortable or confident or good about myself on stage in a swimsuit is if I was a size 2, and I'm not. So it's a really interesting sort of mixed message, I think, that's being sent out by Miss America 2.0, and I think that they need to feel out their potential contestants and find out what actually would interest them. Like, I don't know, maybe not making talent be the largest portion of the score, which is just insanity. Like, it's worth more than interview? That just seems a little off to me. Anyways. If you haven't already or don't know about it, I do have a weekly newsletter that gives you guys updates about coaching schedules, appointments, new content. I also will poll all of you so then I can find out what you would rather see on the channel. And I really appreciate all of you out there responding and letting me know what kind of content you want to see here so I could better serve you. So if you guys are interested in that, you can check out the description below and just sign up for that. That's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening to my thoughts. I want to hear yours. Be sure to comment those below and tune in for next week's episode. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also follow me on social media at Dani Walker.